Hello and welcome to People in Profit, our weekly deep dive into what's moving the world of business and economics. I'm Charles Pellegrin, coming up. It's addictive and potentially dangerous for national security. We'll take a look at TikTok and why the video sharing app has got US lawmakers so scared. Betting the house on Bitcoin, El Salvador rejoices as the cryptocurrency smashes records, but danger still lurks around the corner. And we'll meet Maison Fabre, the French company that spent the past 100 years perfecting the art of glove making. Well, TikTok and its owner ByteDance once again in the crosshairs of the US government over accusations the Chinese-owned app could be used for spying and influence purposes. Previous efforts to ban the app have failed, but the House of Representatives has voted in favor of a bill that would force ByteDance to divest itself of the social media platform or see it banned in the US. The bill is now being debated by the Senate. And to help us sort through these difficult questions, let's speak with Océane Herrero, a journalist at Politico Europe and the author of the French language book Le Système TikTok, an investigation into how the app profoundly shapes the lives of those that use it. Océane, thank you so much for being with us. Before we get into the fears around TikTok and national security, I just want to get to the heart of the matter. It's the TikTok algorithm. Why is it so special and why is it so coveted?
The TikTok algorithm has been so special since it has been, released to the public because it's an algorithm that's gonna, distinguish every one of your interests through the videos that you watch on the app, and you don't really have to do anything. Just TikTok just watches how much time you spend on one video, if you like it, if you comment it, and as you scroll, you are going to have an experience that's going to be more and more personalized. And it has been something that's been, it's not revolutionary to have a personalized algorithm, but this format with the short videos plus the very perfected algorithm makes TikTok very special to the users.
And is there a reason to believe that this particular algorithm and its power is actually being used by the Chinese government, as US lawmakers are claiming, either for surveillance purposes or for influence purposes?
Yeah, there are two main issues that US lawmakers are raising, which is the power of TikTok to, feed disinformation, and that's the question of the algorithm and how it shapes, the public debate. On that case, we do not have extremely specific elements of TikTok being manipulated by, the Chinese government. There has been cases of moderation that have been put into question on, very sensitive topics for the Chinese government, like the Uyghurs and the situation in Xinjiang, but we don't have elements that would completely certify that the Chinese government is ruling what you see on the app. The second concern is about the data and how much data flows from the phones of the US users to China. TikTok has been quite vague on that matter. They say that the Chinese government didn't request such data, but at the same time, there are some backdoors that allow data to go to China in a, they say, limited amount.
Isn't there also the uncertainty over the Chinese national intelligence law of 2017, which basically says that if the Chinese government requires a private company to provide information, that it has to do so?
Yeah, this law is very often raised in the debate, obviously. TikTok replied by saying that the Chinese government never made such requests and that if they did, they would refuse. But we are kind of limited in, the knowledge that we have on whether or not these requests have actually been made by the Chinese government.
Well, as a business, TikTok and ByteDance has bent over backwards to try to alleviate these concerns with Western regulators, whether it's in the US or in Europe. Has this been successful, or why hasn't this been successful?
Yeah, I would say that it has been partially successful because last year we saw great raise of concerns on what happens with data, the users' data that's given to TikTok. So they decided to, have their own data centers in the US and in Europe to store domestically the data. But it's not enough yet to, satisfy US lawmakers. As for Europe, there are investigations that are being conducted at the European level, but we are not at the same point as the US, where the ban is discussed very concretely.
A few years back, TikTok was dealt a major blow when it was banned by the Indian government. What does that experience tell us about TikTok's future as a business in places like the US?
Yeah, it has been pretty huge for the Indian public because the app at the time it was banned was used by 200 million users. So that was quite implemented already. But as soon as TikTok disappeared, other companies that also had video services like YouTube or Meta with some formats similar to TikTok gained weight in the country and kind of replaced TikTok in India. So we see that TikTok is not replaceable.
Océane Herrero is a journalist at Politico Europe and the author of Le Système TikTok. Thank you so much for sharing your insights on People and Profit.
Thank you.
And now to El Salvador. Under the leadership of dictator Nayib Bukele, the country accepted Bitcoin as an official currency 3 years ago. This move appears to have paid off as the cryptocurrency reached new heights this year, even as price volatility is a source of concern. But that concern was nowhere to be seen on Bitcoin Beach in the town of El Zonte. Verica Bahel has this.
These sandy shores are known as Bitcoin Beach, as it was the first place in El Salvador to embrace cryptocurrency payments. The merchants here say Bitcoin has changed their lives. As with the rise of cryptocurrency, their original investment in it has returned tenfold.
When they first told me about it, I was very afraid. I was thinking how strange it was, something I'd never seen. Investing has given me more stability. Now I don't worry if I'm working or not, as this gives us so much to live on.
Bitcoin Beach, however, is an exception, as a survey by the Central American University in January showed that 88% of Salvadorians didn't use Bitcoin last year. In 2021, El Salvador was the first country in the world to introduce the cryptocurrency as legal tender, spearheaded by the country's president Nayib Bukele, in an attempt to spur investment, reduce reliance on the US dollar, and increase efficiency in international remittances. Earlier this month, Bitcoin reached a new record price of $73,000. The president announced that around $400 million had been stored offline to prevent hacking attacks.
We've decided to transfer a big chunk of our Bitcoin to a cold wallet and store that cold wallet in a physical vault within our national territory. You can call it our first Bitcoin piggy bank.
Bitcoin's value has dropped since then, and this volatility is partly why the IMF has made repeated calls for El Salvador to drop cryptocurrency, stressing it would be difficult to obtain a loan from the institution. But the Salvadorian government reiterated its commitment to the crypto market.
Well, if you've ever wondered where Beyoncé, Madonna, or Nicole Kidman got their gloves from, it's from the little town of Millau in southern France, where the glove factory Maison Fabre is this year celebrating its 100 years of existence. From crafting gloves for celebrities to bankruptcy woes, it's been through ups and downs over the past century and is now revamping the industry in the region. Aurore Chloé Dupuis has a story.
From Beyoncé's world tours to Madonna's photo shoots and Grace Kelly's wedding, celebrities around the world have worn these gloves over the past century. The gloves are made in the town of Millau, once the capital of leather, thanks to its traditional lamb farming. That's where Maison Fabre first opened its doors in 1924. Jacqueline Solané is 80 years old. and has worked here most of her life.
There used to be a lot of us, over 300 of us. There were people in the back there, up there, everywhere.
Now, Maison Fabre only employs around 20 craftsmen. The industry suffered a string of setbacks in recent years, facing fierce competition from Chinese manufacturers and losing a major contract with the French army. The glove maker is currently exploring new markets, making sports gloves that will be worn at the upcoming Olympic Games in Paris. Their business model focuses on the quality rather than on the quantity.
Our gloves are made to last a lifetime, and they can be repaired. They can be serviced, the lining changed. We don't do assembly line work.
Maison Fabre hopes to give the glove industry a boost in the region by having the traditional craftsmanship listed as UNESCO's cultural heritage.
Well, that's all for this week. If you want to watch our previous editions, you can check out our website, france24.com. You can also listen by looking up People and Profit on the podcast platform of your choice. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us on social media. In the meantime, thank you for watching and stay tuned.